Everybody, it's Jess, your go-to YouTube dance commentator, and we're here with AHOF and their performance video of Sugar High. I normally don't watch performance videos, but I do know there are a few groups that don't release dance practices anymore, like Baby Monster, for example. So I'm just gonna take what I can get. So it's been a hot minute since I've seen AHOF. I think it was Pinocchio. God, such a good track. So I cannot wait to see what kind of sound this is, and hopefully we have all of our members. Oh, it'll be great. Let's go. Sugar, sugar, sugar high. There we go. Whoa! He looks so different with his hair like that, with that hair color. That's cool with the camera pan like that. Oh, it's a catch. Pouring that sugar. Yeah. What? We said we work it out, baby! Stop it! Wow. Hey, hey. Love that. That's more full here, which I appreciate. Ooh! Ooh! That was fun! Okay, we're gonna review it here, because I'm impatient at this point, and I have free will I can exercise. Okay, from the top. So this is more of a cinematic review, more so than the content itself, but we'll see. I like how we have first feature takes over the whole screen, signals everybody to transition out of it. I love that we have all of our members back. Good to see them back, right? Let's go. Syncopated, meaning that it's going on the downbeat, but we're catering to parts of our music that, you know, follows the same tempo, but it syncopated, so it has some nice complexity from the jump. I think this was a really fun one because the camera panning down allows you to see the back too, which is cool. So the toss around is really nice. We mix it up, DJ. The punch back's really nice there. Level changes are cool. The deviation was cool from your feature to everybody else, where he just moved off to the side. The crisscross was fun. And then we have that with the press in. Notice this part we zoomed in, right? So there's a lot of cinematic choices. I'm honestly curious about whenever we get to the stairs, we see them on the stairs. How does that formation look from a fixed cam? Because you're not dealing with tiers like you do on stairs, so it's easier to see everybody. Is it just as easy to see them whenever it's in a dance practice room, right? So I like that we have this in aerial shots so we can see everybody, give them lots of love, and it really makes it such a drastic height difference there too, which is cool. Well, actually, no, it doesn't. Hold on. My bad. Yeah, right here. You know how hard it is to not call him by his full name because I'm still on the Park Han train, but he doesn't want to be called that. He just wants to be called Honey. Is that what it is? See, I think about that every single time I see this guy. I have to tell myself, don't call him that. Okay. But I actually don't mind the aerial shot because it gives a different vantage point, obviously, than if it's fixed cam. And then the trace sounds cool, so everybody's moving it back to make it an easier transition for that. The speed change is cool. Good intensity. But they toss it through. We got a lot of Espana. Dopamine overload. High. I don't mind this chopping effect going in where we're knocking every part of our track that we're hearing. So it could be a good ab workout if you think about it. So we sit it around. I like this pan around with the camera. I thought it's very tasteful. We're able to see everybody. You know, it's what Studio Choom. This is like Studio Choom in environment, right? That is why I would prefer, if I'm being real, I'd rather watch a performance video over a Studio Choom. Because performance video, they're going to have their costumes in the environment that the concept is derived from, so it's easier to justify and it's easier to see that intention and charisma. But Studio Choom, it feels like, I don't know, a psych ward. Honestly, it's just a white room. It works for very specific concepts. If the concept itself has a white room in it, is how I see it. But it could just be my psychological preference and how I look at dance. But I would much rather watch performance videos. So I like the knock with the travel up. That's fun. The aerial shot in the corner is really cool. And we have the sugar high with the drop down. We melt it. Yeah, that's cool. I'm your muy favorito. This is such a good hair color on him. He looks so different. And I also think he has a different kind of eyeliner choice going in. Yeah, such a good look on him. The press down. So I love the camera panning over, so it allows us to get a really cool transition going in. That's harder to do in a fixed cam, right? So then knock it down. That's a very performance video vibe. I love that. There, we pan it over, hit. The little tap is nice, and then we end up doubling it out. The punch is cool. And we go low high with the punch. Come on. I love the whip it like frappe. Yep, they got that with the drop level, so it was easier to see him there. Yeah, everyone's hair color looks great here. I wonder if they're going to talk about the contacts, because I remember they talked about it in they like reviewed it, or they watched it together. The head knock is cool. So I like that in the performance versions, you do get different vantage points of the same feature moment, so it allows it to feel like a repackage, even if it's the same thing. So I am curious about the repetition of this. Goodness gracious, he's getting tall. Is he gonna? I wonder, because he's still growing, right, Daisuke? I'm curious how tall he's gonna end up being, right? And they send it off. The arms are cool with the toss. Low with the travel up. And they're putting that sugar. We're wiping off that sugar. I think they push shit. It sounds like the S word, if I'm being honest. So they could, I mean, I know they're not saying that. They're saying the sh part of sugar high. So I think that's cool, but I think that's really funny how, if I played this in class, there's a chance that somebody would be like, are they saying the S word? Which I wouldn't play a song like that for kids, but I just find that's interesting. That's how they translated it to she. With the chops. There's that sugar high with the arm down, with the reverb, with the transition. We got it. What in the world? There's veins popping out. I'm going to take a guess that he pumped before this, because probably some push-ups or did a whole little regime. He looks like he has worked out for this moment. It's crazy work. Goodness. The pass off was cool. Never retire. I'm coming back. Sugar, sugar, hiya! Woo! With the warped shot. That was cool. I love that. I'm excited to see what that looks like without a slow-mo. Notice that the energy is so much bigger here, not just in the saturation of cuts and colors, but also the density of our content is way more full. I love that subtlety. Great levels, great charisma. Yes. Sugar, 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 hi! And I love the pull down. Fringe shows all. His fringe is going. Let's go. There's your sugar, 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 hi. Now, if I were to choose who wins the era or like who wins this track today, I gotta give it to him. I think he did a great job. Like when I say Ju-won's hair is it for him, this is the hair for him, right? And also Daisuke he's gonna give Xiaobao a run for his freaking money. Isn't it funny? I always struggle to like when it comes to our Chinese members, I do struggle to say their names, right? Like Xiaobao and it's like Qian, right? Qian is back from hiatus, and I'm really happy about that. But all in all, I thought this was really fun. It's a fun direction choice. I didn't mind, we're not itemizing or talking about the content extensively here because I do believe they're a group that releases dance practices, and this is like a pre-release, right? So this is just to give us ready to go for the comeback, which I'm here for. I'm looking forward to a music video, hopefully, and then maybe a fixed cam of some kind. I normally wait about a week after a release like this happens, and if there's nothing, then I pull a fixed cam from a music show. But this was so fun. If you want to see more AHOF, their time on Universe and us getting to the place where we, get to enjoy their work. What you don't see on YouTube, it will be on Patreon for you to binge away to your heart's content. I have other survival show groups too that I'm looking at actively as well as have looked at. So it's really fun to look at a survival group and how they create a nice cohesive joint venture together. But yeah, I'm Jess. You know me, I know you, and I will catch you on the flip side. Bye. Dance practice is here. What a great day for me. Here we go. So nice to have an OT9. Hey, that was cool. That's syncopated. A smidgen too much unison for my preference. But I do appreciate the syncopated content though. Yeah. We're using our arms to justify those quick choices. Nice. I love the head. exhausting, for sure. Anybody gonna drop? No, they're just gonna drop. They're just gonna bleak it out, aren't they? I wish we got to see people drop to the floor. I digress, though. Okay, from the top. Overall, my personal opinion, which I'm allowed to have, I have thoroughly enjoyed all of their choreography so far, and I don't mind this one. It was not my favorite. The track is also not my favorite. I do think Pinocchio is up there as my personal preference favorite out of all of their works, and I know many of you would agree and also disagree. Once again, totally fine. Personally, for me, whenever you're hearing the intensity of the music and how dense and saturated it is, the lack of complexity and dynamics for the course, meaning we're not having a lot of levels or a lot of deviation from everybody projecting front, it doesn't supplement enough, personally, to where it's projecting to match the intensity of the track. There's a disconnect in musicality, personally. But maybe by reviewing it, we will be able to have some refined thoughts. So here we go. I already appreciate the diagonals, facing different, more outward, having your feature start in center, then move away. That's fun. I like the pause there, and then we slide it back, we drop it low, then we have another reveal here, and then we pull in. I like the lowered levels for that. We put it out. And I like the little shimmy moment. We isolate it through, and then we shake it. So we have a lot of these tilting effects in the torso. I love this rotation with the head still. They drop it low. I like the do-do-do-do. That section, gorgeous. I wish I had many more moments just like that. Anywho, so they drop it low. I like that do-do-do-do. Great way to do a feature for that. Then we deviate over here on the side. I like the send-off there. Using that to spread out. Really nice transition. Good levels. I like the pulse going in for that choice. We end up sending it directionally outward, like the kick accent. We drop down. Then we all create a nice inside-outside choice. We punch it. Great way to showcase your feature. In the verse and pre-chorus, fantastic feature utilization. You're not just kicking them in the middle the whole time or putting them in the middle the whole time. You get to see them revealed in different ways. I love that. They hit it in low. Run. On tempo. Thank you. And it goes brush in, then we speed change for another reveal coming from back. 2 levels, which is nice. Hit. I like the head on that. Push him out. Love that. We speed change again, but we go low-high versus other directions. We accent with the knees, then we hit it in, and then we twinkle it out. I like this part. So notice we are doing this choice. It's choppy, and it matches the sh for sugar high, right? And I like that this matches. The content itself matches very well. Not what I'm talking about. But notice most of it's going to be unison. And then we just do a slide transition. Then we go in, we travel it up. Then we go to hit, they pull it. Still unison there, and then we just slide. So we have predictable, replicated transitions in the course compared to the craziness of the verse. This is not the first time I've seen this. Maybe with AHOF, yes, but just in general, I'm familiar with this idea. It's not really an issue. Trust me, I'm not saying this is a negative thing. It's just an area of opportunity. I do think we could have given more love to dynamic possibilities of this course. I still feel that way, at least in the first one. We didn't supplement enough. We're just relying too much on the content, and we're, creating not as fun transitions. I love that, but the percussion is also fun. We end up accenting in. Notice we're all doing the same thing, and we're using the arms to justify the intensity, not the body. What I mean by that is normally if you want to really project power, the back and the core are going to be your best friends there, right? That's how you can tell the difference between a dancer accenting their arm out with and without the usage of their back. There's a certain engagement that ends up happening as a result of using your torso. It doesn't look like we're using it here, which, that's just an general observation, and we just walk to a new spot. And then we end up melting, and then all of a sudden we have an incredibly more complex, dense formation. I do know whenever we're in the realm of social media and challenges in the TikTok side and YouTube side and Instagram side, you normally see more unison-based courses in order for people to replicate the dance easier. I personally wish that wasn't the case. I wish you just had a challenge version that you just put on shorts, but You can't win them all. The pulse is cool. Then we have a trio. They walk away. I like the subtlety there. The knock on it with the low and middle. They bring it in with the smile is really cool. They pulse it from high to the hips, and then they push it out. We heel twist. I like the opposition of the arms to the leg. Toss it away. Pull it in is also nice. We take it high to the middle. Click, click. It's syncopated. I love it. What is syncopation? In the dance side, it is going on the offbeat. So you have your song, and if you're able to count it, most of the time you can count it in 8. That would be your tempo. When you're going, that's syncopated, right? Or da-da, da-da, da-da. That's syncopated, where you are influenced by the tempo, but you are not going on the tempo, right? Or going on that pulse-like tempo. So we bring it through, like the press up is there, the ball change is fine, push it out, more people coming in. Don't mind it, I appreciate the mirroring transition. What is that? It means that you have equal people or equal objects or things, for in this case people. You watch these two members, they're going to move equally in the same rate, meaning that they are going to go from point A to point B at the same timing and get to their destinations around the same time. Right there, see? Boom. That's beautiful, we love it. We drop down, we speed change, different plane here versus high-low. We're going from left to right. I love the head snap up. It's super cool. Then we knock, knock. We drop it low. We go, oh, and then we rock it back. And then we bring it to the inside. Love that. And then we end up bringing it down, sending it up, opposition there with the arms. We bring it forward side. I like the arm up to make it easy to see your feature. They swing it with the head. Friend shows off. Speed change there. We push it away. Here we go. We bring it in. Elbows. Switch it. And down. Do I appreciate this? Yes. Do I wish we had this in the first course? Also yes. But I'm going to pick our battles. I didn't mind that. That's great. We're here for it. Hit. I love that. Low to high. Pull away. Then we slide away. Low. Accenting, I like the knees there. We punch it. What I find interesting is why didn't we use an add-on or a break-off from this? It's the perfect choreography to do that with. What I mean by that is if you could start with your feature that you want featured instead of them just being front and center, and we assume that they're the feature. They start it because there's this there's a repetitious sound. So having a repetitious movement would be fine if you supplement it. Here, they're building it up, so their content is justifying it. But I personally think that whole little tidbit that we saw in the second course, I personally don't think that was enough. We needed more of that kind of stuff going through. It'd be one thing if our course had 2 8 counts of just unison. It makes it a beautiful break off, a beautiful breath moment for us to appreciate them and their dance. But if that's all the course is, then it turns into a wasted opportunity personally, and it shows where we creatively delegated, right? It feels imbalanced in that sense. But I really do appreciate the effort of the levels in that second course. The knock, yeah. But just the lack of add-ons or break-offs there, that's a missed opportunity personally. Unless that's the whole point, is they wanted to show the unified driving force. If that's the case, then it is what it is. But I love the isolation. See, look, this is an add-on. You know what I mean? That's really cool. I love that. So now I'll take back what I said. And I do think first course, we could have something like that. But having an add-on so soon after the course, it wouldn't make the course having that add-on. That wouldn't be the smartest because it would be a redundant choice of dynamic. However, their transitions are redundant to begin with. In the courses only in the courses do you see that. So interesting. Yeah, the press away is cool. And then we end up moving, changing our member with to the inside, and then we knock it back, brush it with the cross, and then we ball change it. That's really nice. What we do is change up there. I like the elbow knock with the toss. The pull-in is nice. We drop it down. Come on, airtime. Here we go. I love that we got to see the airtime moment here. It wasn't just for the music video. That I appreciate. And I like the knock with the shoulder. The flick is also cool. And they bring it in, knock it up. We rotate it through. Different choreo here. It's an outro, right? It's all unison again, though. And they knock it down, bass, bass. Then we end up rotating, different feature, subtlety. I like the movement here with everybody versus just the tail end of the phrase. Then we push, and then we push forward. The points are fine. I like the rotation, that's nice. And then we flick it with the foot, and then we swing it down. Punch, here we go. And then he sends them back. I love that. Great way of showcasing feature. Then we slide it in with the 2 low. we are exhausted. That's a very fatiguing dance, for sure. Absolutely. And side note, dynamics can help create more breathing moments for members. So if you were like, well, Jessica, we don't want them to die from doing all of those different deviations of dynamics, that would only help, because you're going to be waiting and holding a position before adding into it, or you're going to break off and do a speed change or do something this, that, and the other. So I know I was more constructive on this one. It's part of the gig is I have to take responsibility for if I like it, yes. If I don't like it, why. It's okay to appreciate the good things, but also have some areas where there were missed opportunities and recognize those things, because there's a chance you may also feel that way about the verse in the chorus. If you don't, that's absolutely fine. Just like it's absolutely fine if I loved it. And I do. I love the boys. I love this. They are near and dear to my heart because they were the very first survival show I actually watched in real time. So I really want them to be super successful, because it's like a reflection of my personal journey as a reviewer, right? So it's really cool to see them and check in with them. But yeah, I think out of all of them, my preference still, out of all of their tracks, this is the first time they're deviating in context, or in in concept, away from that rock sound, or that, that angsty college rock sound. I don't know the best way to describe it, but sonically it's nostalgic. This is more of a trendy kind of sound, which could result in what we are seeing here. So it is what it is. Totally fine. If you guys want to see my reviews of Universe-League as well as their other discography pieces, if they're not on YouTube, they will be on Patreon for you to binge away. I'm Jess. You know me, I know you, and I will catch you guys on the flip side. Bye.